Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Mr. Nathan, good to see you again.
How you doing?
Thanks for your leadership. I had to step out, so if I'm asking a question that's already been answered, just let me know. I did want to touch on this equity scoring issue. I'm sure you have addressed this, but DFC does have a great tool that it can wield equity, yet it's been unable to fully unleash the potential of this tool. How has the budgetary treatment of equity expenditures impacted the DFC's ability to enter into projects that would counter the PRC?
So if we had this issue fixed and we had the ability to deploy more equity capital per year, I think we would be able to address the mandate that Congress has given us more directly. We would be able to be more forward-leaning on risk. Just by definition, equity would allow us to be earlier in projects and in a capital structure position that is of greater risk than being a senior lender, which is normally the case.
Yeah.
That would allow us to exert influence earlier in projects, to take projects that are more on the edge of making a difference in these countries, whether it's infrastructure development, energy, or the other areas where we work.
I do think the expected returns of an equity investment should be reflected in the budgetary cost, and we recognize that some DFC investments, by the very nature of where they're going, can be higher risk. But let's operate in the real world. High-income country classification. You've also addressed this, but as I travel to places like Panama, where China has investments on both sides of the canal, there's a geostrategic problem with that. There's immense strategic value to the United States, yet because of the World Bank income classification, DFC is barred from entering into new projects there. Panamanians, other higher income countries say, look, we would prefer to do business with American investors, but you're not here. So can you give examples of China's Belt and Road Initiative projects in high income countries? And obviously, do the Chinese have the same type of restrictions as the DFC when it comes to investments in higher income countries?
The policy-directed banks of China don't have any such restriction, and as the ranking member was also asking about, if we were able to change, moving away from the World Bank income classifications to World Bank lending categories, a country like Panama would move from currently ineligible to eligible under the analysis that we've done. And I think that would be all to the good. I completely agree with you that being able to find highly developmental projects, even a country like Panama that's classified as high income, is still a great possibility and would make all the difference strategically.
Well, there's certainly some soft power value to just economic development in distressed parts of the world, and it shows that the United States is a better partner than our adversary in Beijing. But I think the focus for DFC should be strategic. Number one, strategic. How can we displace malign Chinese investment irrespective of the income category of the target? Taiwan. As co-chair of the Congressional Taiwan Caucus, I'm chiefly concerned about the CCP's efforts to economically influence Taiwan's diplomatic allies. Since the DPP came to power in Taiwan in 2016, Taiwan has lost half of its diplomatic partners. China offers bribes, market access, investment to bring countries into its orbit. How is DFC working in countries like Paraguay, Guatemala, Palau, the Marshall Islands, and the Pacific to offer an alternative to PRC financing that may come at the cost of Taiwan's diplomatic relations?
You may have been out of the room when we were discussing it, but we did recently sign a compact with our counterpart in Taiwan to work together to find investment opportunities that we could work on together. That's true in the Indo-Pacific or in the Western Hemisphere.
Well, sorry to make you repeat that, and I'll...
No, but what I wanted to mention was about Guatemala, which is an area where we've become recently very focused. There's all sorts of reasons for that, including the one that you mentioned. We've done 5 projects in the last 2 years, over $100 million to support affordable housing, small business, and we're looking for more. I had the chance to meet with the newly inaugurated president when I was at the Munich Security Conference, and I think the environment for us there is extremely favorable.
My time's running out. Thanks for the work on Taiwan to help its diplomatic ties. Subic Bay. We've got Cerberus in there buying a shipyard. How can DFC encourage more investment with U.S. and allied companies in Subic and in the Philippines?
Well, in the Philippines is a priority for us. We need to up our game there, and the Subic Bay redevelopment might provide a good opportunity to do that.
Great. I yield. Thank you.